everybody, Bernice back at you. Um, Today I want to focus on the serve. The serve is a most important component, maybe, of the tennis game, and a lot of people think that the serve is a very difficult part. And I'm here to tell you that it can be broken down into 3 easy steps, none of which involve hitting the ball. What do I mean? Well, the most important thing about the serve begins with your racket. Now, here's my racket. As you'll observe, it's very dirty. Most players will wrap their rackets with an overgrip every week, every 2 weeks. But that is not a good policy for a good serve, okay? Now, if you think about cooking, chefs will say that a cast iron frying pan needs a good patina on it in order for it to be seasoned. And the same thing is true of a racket. You want it to be slightly slippery when you're holding on to it from sweat. You don't want a good grip. That's why it's called an overgrip, because when it's new, it's a little bit too grippy. So you just want to have played with it to the level of now it's just a grip. Okay, that's the first one. Now, the second tip, the second step is the look you give to your opponent. Now, some of you might say that your opponent might not be able to make out your facial expression from across the court, which is true, but they can feel it. Tennis is a game of energy. It's very subtle energy, and as such, it's important to be intimidating when you step onto the court. So, before you serve, take a breath. Some coaches will tell you that this is a time to steady yourself, have a habit, bounce the ball 3 times, but I say that's a bunch of sheepshorn. It's what we say in New Zealand to mean bullshit, because when we shear the sheep, they are like, that's bullshit, so we call it sheepshorn. Anyways, forget all that stuff about finding a rhythm or a ritual before you serve. No, just look across the court, okay, at your opponent and just give them the meanest eye you can think of, okay? So just picture that they stabbed your mother and then they took all of your bowling trophies from junior school. So glare like that. Or alternatively, you could do an intimidating laugh. That's good because it often can reach them. So you can throw back your head and simply go, ha 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 ha. And then you finish it with a glare. So head tilted back with maniacal laughter, ha ha, and then a deep glare at them. Now, some people will think you're unhinged and will also underestimate you and will try to play softly against you because they think that you're someone who is struggling and off of their meds that day, and they wouldn't be a good person to take advantage of you, which is the perfect time to take advantage of them. Number 3, last but not least, a visualization exercise. I'll say that again. A visualization exercise. Once you finish glaring at your partner, once you've thrown at the ball, as you're coming over to hit it, doesn't matter how you hit it, I want you to picture that the ball is an animal and it's running or swimming, whatever the animal is, scurrying to the other side of the court. Okay? So it might be a groundhog, it might be a worm. It doesn't have to be fast, it just has to be accurate. You have to have that in your head or your serve won't go in. I just came back from serving practice. Why didn't you shower, you might say? Well, I don't like showering. It takes up too much time. I did fairly well compared to how I usually do, but to be honest, my serves are not that good. But if you're asking me why am I giving advice, if my own serves are a little bit less than stellar, first of all, why are you on earth? Because you're a jerk. And second of all, it takes a lot more to teach than it does to play, okay? There's a saying that some people have, if you can't do, teach. No, it's the opposite. If you can't teach, do. A lot of pro tennis players are failed coaches who tried to make it on the big time coach or country club pro racket, and they just didn't have the stuff. They weren't patient. They didn't know how to talk to people. Their lessons were confusing. They went on too long. When they had a list of something, they just kept listing things. They had confusing accents. Their accents went in and out. They didn't shower enough. You get the point. So I say that the expression should be, if you can't, if you can teach, preach. Okay? Because those of us who are teachers, even if we're not, even if we can't serve, we know how to serve. It's just a slight difference between knowing the essential answer and making it happen. That was true of Jesus. Aside from the miracles, there were also sometimes he would just give teachings and he couldn't really make anything happen, so he just told in a story instead. That was also true of Obama. He just he led the country because he couldn't literally save it. If he could have literally saved it, he wouldn't have been a teacher. Anyways, thanks for the attention, and good luck out there on the court. Stay safe, and don't forget the 3 tips. Bye.